Welcome to 2K Sports. And these teams have been prepping for the season tip-off game for months, Grant.
Oh, and for the players, the main feeling on opening night is relief. You know, being all that hard work during the offseason and preseason is finally over. And now it's time to have some fun.
So let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. LeBron and Davis, the two stars for LA on the floor. They're the 3 and the 5. Shaedon Sharpe out there with Jalen Suggs. And it's Williamson in at the 4-man position. So it's Los Angeles now, following the three-point basket by Chicago. Shot clock at 6. And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, talk about guys that like to go right to the rim. AD is towards the top of that list.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. We briefly discussed Anthony Davis and what he wants his team to do against him, and coach said to make him into a jump shooter. I think if we can make the majority of his shots jumpers and keep him away from the rim, we should be in good shape. Easier said than done, but we'll see what happens. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Now, here is James. Last game, 26 points for him. Great D that time from Wagner.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Maxey, that's good.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Here's Davis. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Siakam outside. 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Off the mark there with a 3. It's James on the wing, defended by Wagner. Goes up and lays it in, nice and easy.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Chicago ahead, up by 1. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
Who's Ellis out there with Jalen Johnson? Then there's Devin Booker. Then it's Maxey. And it's Randall in at the 5. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Pass to Davis. A minute 9 left in the half. Anthony Davis packs it down.
And look at those moves in the post. And the smooth finish to go along with it.
Just excellent work around the rim. Maxey against Nembhard. Maxey, that's good. Maxey's got his second basket of the game.
I'll tell you what, their execution just continues to impress.
Nembhard, the pass to Davis. Wow, Anthony Davis throwing his weight around inside.
Oh, that's exactly the kind of physicality you want to see from Davis.
Here's Randall. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Chicago.
Yeah, surprised to split the season series last year. These guys have confidence in themselves against anyone they face.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to specific matchups and style of play. Sometimes you have a difficulty with the team that shouldn't be on your level.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Booker. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Lakers ahead, up 1. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
What's the key for the second half?
Well, you got to take care of the rock, keep your poise, make good decisions, take advantage of all of their mistakes.
And redirecting now to what we saw in that first half, the Lakers find themselves in quite a battle. Thanks for tuning in.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You got to like what Anthony Davis has done in this game.
He's been dominating down low. Got to assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
Second half underway. Here's who J.J. Redick's got on the floor. LeBron and Davis, the 2 stars for L.A. on the floor. They're the 3 and the 5. Jalen Suggs out there with Shaedon Sharpe. And it's Williamson in at the 4. Davis against Jokic. That shot missing. Excellent D there from Davis. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, there was a bit of uncertainty over the summer about whether the Bulls would stick with Billy Donovan or not. He also received some interest from the Knicks, but that was cleared up when the organization chose to extend him on a multi-year deal. It cements his role with the team as they continue to build. Guys, the Bulls have committed to Billy Donovan for the long haul.
He knows his stuff. Shams, thank you. Here's Williamson. Pascal Siakam with a rebound.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Down low. Here's Jokic. No match for the Joker.
Such great hands from Jokic. Able to finish despite the D.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Davis, the pass to James. Suggs outside. Banked it in off the glass.
Well, that's just the physicality from Suggs. Fighting off defenders in close.
Maxey passes to Siakam. Wow, Siakam showing the range.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
The third quarter comes to a close. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Franz Wagner. Nikola Jokic is out there with Pascal Siakam. Then there's Mitchell, and it's Maxey in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Well, it's a luxury that Wagner is so versatile in the 2-man game.
And here's James. Shoots a 3. Maxey pulls it down.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
1:19 left in the final quarter. Jokic. Oh, he misses the layup. Lakers trail by 6.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Talk about stepping up. I mean, that is a huge three-pointer.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of the game have become a necessity.
The big man, Jokic.
Well, it doesn't matter what pressure you put on him. Jokic always remains steady on offense.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. Coach delivering an inspiring message to his team saying, quote, hey, we can win this game. Believe in yourselves. Battle to the end. Honestly, guys, even I was a bit pumped up after hearing this one.
And Allie, thanks. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Jokic buries it.
Well, when you need a bucket, run the offense through Jokic.
And so it's James with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Shaedon Sharpe. He's off from 3. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for two, Tyrese Maxey.
He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 7-point game.
That's how you protect a lead. Build it out with clutch free throws.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. They're down by 7. Guys, what do you think?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Here's my question. Where is the defensive communication?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
That should put this game on ice, not leaving any points behind.
Williamson fires! And so Chicago takes the win. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but
Nicole.
all right, Allie, thank you.
From Ohio City of Denver, Colorado, the site for the Celtics. An elite player who can do it all on the offensive end, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will lead this team as they get ready to go for the raucous crowd at Ball Arena. Celtics, Nuggets. We'll be right back for the tip. And now the opening lineup for Boston. We've got Doncic. Evan Mobley is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Brown, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1. And we saw last season the Nuggets GA in the final week of the regular season making a coaching change and a shift in their front office.
A pretty rare situation. Seems like there's been a power struggle, and rather than choosing sides, the decision was to just make a fresh start.
Shot clock at 3. Fires the 3. Mobley misses. And so Powell will bring it up for the Nuggets. Porzingis with a screen on Doncic. Ball from long range. Connects from three-point range. Ball's got his team on the board to start the game for the Nuggets. Mobley outside. Back to Doncic. Puts up a deep three. The long-distance three is buried.
3 points.
And there's no shortage of fight in Doncic. He's a counter-puncher. Hit him with a three, and he is coming right back at you.
Now here's Powell from deep. Mobley with the rebound. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Over in the corner, Doncic. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Doncic has got 6. Here's Ball. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Oh, that is well said. They're being handed free points in just
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Celtics lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
On the court for the Celtics, we've got Alperon Şengün, Jaylen Brown out there with Jalen Williams. Then it's Cade Cunningham. And it's Harden in at the 2-guard spot. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut back down to 3 points with the bucket from Levine.
What determination from Levine, finding his finish despite the contact.
You know, RJ, when you think of the top scorers in the NBA, Zach LaVine can get overlooked.
Yeah, Levine's career scoring average is over 20 points a game. We're talking about under 100 guys have done that in league history. Outside, Ball. From outside, off the mark. Boston leading by 5. Brown, right side. Sweet touch inside from Brown.
This offense just continues to impress.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Williams against Levine. Now, here's Ball. Guarded close. Great defense that time from Şengün. Brown finds Cunningham. No good from the wing.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
And so it's the Boston Celtics bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Back to the action in just a minute.
When you play the right way and you're patient, you usually come out on top.
Yeah, you love a team that will work. Sometimes deep into...
All right, it's now time to recap some of the other games. And that concludes halftime. Now time.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ball in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Zubac, a screen on Doncic. There's Ball with the 3. The offensive rebound. Zubac. Banked in off the glass. Zubac has got the first points to start out the third quarter for Denver.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Ball. Gilgeous-Alexander with the hammer.
And watch watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Porzingis with a screen on SGA. Rebound, Boston.
And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Ball dishes to Powell. Pass to Zubats. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Powell outside. Ball with a wide open look. The Nuggets with another miss. Down low. Guarded by Powell. With 4 seconds on the clock. Gilgeous-Alexander puts it up and through.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way.
And so it's Boston. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Doncic out there with SGA. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Mobley. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. SGA fires. Jumper is off.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Ball. And he banks the layup in.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Porzingis with the steal. Hero on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Now Porzingis. Powell. Cleared away by Adebayo. And it's Adebayo with the ball for Boston. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Now Mobley. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And get the 3. On offense, here are the Nuggets. They trail by 9 points. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Good! Some old school moves in the post.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good. Cool, and his free throw put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game.
Here's George. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Levine going inside. It's a 10-point game. Cunningham looking it over. Here's Harden. Hardenstein with a screen on George. Now Hardenstein. Outside Cunningham. 3. Good. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one.
yesterday, we were watching the NBA Finals, Doris. Now a brand new season is getting started.
Doesn't feel like yesterday to me. I've been dying for some NBA hoops all summer. Let's tip it up.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Toronto Raptors. They've got Rudy Gobert. Scotty Barnes is out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's Stephen Curry.
The threes keep coming in the illustrious career of one Mr. Stephen Curry.
And Minnesota with possession here. Following the three-point basket by Toronto. Pass to Murray from behind the arc. Durant pulls it in. Here's Toronto with the ball. It's a three-point game. This game against Minnesota is the first time they've met this year.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Tempo will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise. And with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It's a beautiful thing. Shams, appreciate the report.
That's a breakdown defensively right there, folks. He just could not make them pay.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Reeves. Barnes against Antetokounmpo. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they double up Murray. From deep, Sarr drops in the three.
Yeah, still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Curry with it. Gobert with a screen on Murray. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Toronto out in front. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
C.J. McCollum is out there with Derek White. Then it's Jeremy Grant. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Reeves in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
And you'd think their lead would hold as long as they continue to shoot like this.
And after some uncertainty, the Timberwolves moving forward under new governorship, Doris.
Boy, B.A., that sale process was long and obviously at times quite contentious. I believe the organization has to be thrilled that that is finally in the past, because what you want to do is focus on trying to continue the Wolves' recent run of success. There's a lot to be excited about with this young group.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic wants his team to be very competitive on the defensive end. He said, quote, covering for each other, protecting the paint, taking away corner threes, and making a team effort. Everybody's got to chip in. Brian, back to you.
All for one. Allie, thanks for the report. White, the pass to Ingram. Now here's Reeves. Pass to McCollum. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on Thompson.
And that's Reeves. I mean, he'll sneak in there and create offense.
And that one falls for Reeves. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Sarr's checked in for Grant. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Ingram. Diliavdias checked in for White. And Murray subbed in for C.J. McCollum. So Toronto going with almost an entirely new group here. Gobert's checked in for Smith. Kevin Durant comes in for Thompson. Trey Murphy, he's checked in for Butler. And it's Curry in for Caruso. Curry passes to Barnes. Shoots. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going. Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
And before we get to anything else, let's New York leading against the Trailblazers at Moda Center. And it's a close one there in the second quarter right now.
Yeah, so far.
So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for the Toronto Raptors. Thanks as always.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Timberwolves trail by 5. All right, Doris, let's talk for a moment about Rudy. Oh, come on, Giannis! Unreal!
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
How about that elevated look on the AT&T Connected Cam? The three from Curry. Gets the three to fall. Curry's got 6.
Oh, nice bucket. This guy's so mindful about the way he attacks.
Outside Reeves. Back to Antetokounmpo. And there's a 3-second violation. And the upcoming schedule for the Minnesota Timberwolves. On Sunday, they'll match up against De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Tuesday, they'll start out on the road to play the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And for that game against the Spurs, that's a contest that I'll keep an eye on. That'll be the 5th time they take it to the floor, and they want to get off to a fast start this year.
Curry's shot is off. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. They trail by 6. Antetokounmpo outside. Murray, a screen on Barnes. Here's Antetokounmpo. Look at Giannis battling inside.
Yeah, one of the most efficient inside scorers. Giannis just can't be stopped.
Pass to Gobert. And he's going for the lob.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Murray against Curry. Antetokounmpo outside. It's stolen by Barnes. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Durant. Back to Barnes. There's the 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Antetokounmpo, left side. Oh, down low, the Greek freak.
Using his speed advantage to create the separation he needs for the shot.
And a deep 3 from Curry. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Toronto out in front. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Sarr. Then there's Avdia, then it's Austin Reeves, and it's Murray in at the point guard position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Ooh, it misses. Timberwolves trail by 4. Reeves fires. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
And any opening on the arc is a good one for Reeves. He'll take that corner tray every chance he gets.
Stephen Curry. Avdia rips down the board.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
It's a one-on-one situation. Rebounded by Sarr. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. Antetokounmpo. Oh, no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Toronto's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Nope. 55 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Outside Reeves. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Oh, no good. And so here is Toronto. It's a 1-point game. Takes a 13-footer. Oh, it misses. Murray to take the lead. Durant there for the rebound. It's all come down to this one critical possession.
And B.A., you can feel the intensity in this arena.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Murray against Curry. He fires. Oh, can't hit the jumper. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
Down one with just enough time for a couple passes and a shot. We'll see what they can do.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Very close on the release. And yes, the officials want to take a look at this one. They initially thought he didn't get it off, but it was awfully tough to tell. What a moment this is here. They may go from winners to losers just like that.